Good day to you children. Welcome to Gurugedara English program. Today we have Miss Suchitra. She is ready with an interesting lesson for you. Let's say hello to Miss Suchitra. Hello Miss Suchitra.
Hello Miss Niranji. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
All right. I hope our children are also ready and happy as well. Yes, as Miss Niranji mentioned, I am ready with an interesting lesson, and let's go and see what this lesson is, children. So today we have word classes, and this is part 2. Part 1 of word classes has already been discussed, and today word classes part 2, and you already know what word classes are. Nouns, adjectives we have discussed. So today we are mainly focusing on verbs and adverbs. So children, this is our lesson. Uses nouns, verbs and adjectives and adverbs appropriately. Focusing on verbs today. What is a verb? Miss Niranji, what is a verb?
A verb is a word which describes the action in a sentence. The word that is doing something.
Doing something. Verb is to do something. An action word we can call it. So examples.
I play football. They dance beautifully. We eat rice. Bob is servant today.
Alright, so there you have examples of verbs. Doing things. Doing words. Action words. To do something. Play. Dance. Eat. And also remember, is, am, are, was, were, those are also verbs. Right, so let us go and see some more verbs now. Look at the screen. You have a lot of verbs here, and along with their pictures, so you can understand the meaning of these verbs as well, looking at the pictures. What are the verbs?
Pack, paint, paste, pick, plant, play, point, pour.
Everything that is starting with P. You have pull, push, rake, read, ride, row, run, sail. Look at the pictures and try to understand the meaning of these verbs, children.
Scrub, see, set, sew, shout, show, sing, sit.
So you can see one person is scrubbing the floor. Then you have skate. Skate on snow. You skip. That is a game. You sleep. You know that really well. That verb, of course. Slide. Sneeze. When you are sick, you sneeze. Spin. Stand. Stop. All these are verbs.
Right. Then sweep, swim, swing, take, talk, tell, throw, tie.
Yes, do you sweep your house, classroom? Right. Turn, walk, wash, wave, wipe, work, write and yawn when you are sleepy. All these are verbs, children. Now, when you take verbs, when you look at verbs, they have regular verbs and irregular verbs. Those are the two types of verbs we have. Regular and irregular verbs. Let's go and see what these are. What are regular verbs, Miss Niranji?
When we form regular verbs, we have to add ed for the past form.
All right, to form the past tense, then you have to add ed.
Or sometimes d.
Or sometimes we have to add d. So, for instance, if you take the verb play, that becomes played. Ed is added to form the past form. Look at cook. What has become? What has happened to that word?
We have to add ed and the past form is cooked.
In the same way, look.
Looked.
Looked. Ed is added. Also, when you take the verb dance, D-A-N-C-E, dance, just add a D there. Just add a D, that becomes danced. That is the past form. So, these are regular verbs. When forming the past tense of regular verbs, add D or ed to the present tense form of the verb. To the root verb, to the root word, you are adding ed or d. Those are regular verbs. Now, what are irregular? Irregular.
Irregular verbs have special past tense forms. They do not end with D or ED. Instead, they have a word different to its root word as its past tense.
All right, so these irregular verbs do not have D or ED when you form past tenses. What do you have? Instead, they have a different word to its root word as its past tense. Now look at the example, drive. Drive, you don't call it drived. So what is the correct way of making it past tense?
Drove.
Drove. Drive, drove. So you don't have ed there. This is a different way of forming a new past tense word, different to the root word. What is the root word in swim? Swim is the root word. How do you make that into past tense?
Swam.
Swam. So it's a different word. You have not added ed or d. Swim, you don't say swimmed, right? That is wrong. Swim, swam. So those are irregular verbs. All right, children, hope this is clear. Now, you have regular verbs here, and we have given you pictures as well for your better understanding. Look at the slide. Talk,
Talked.
and you add ed there because that is regular, usual, normal, right? Simple way of doing it. Laugh,
Laughed.
ed added. Pull is the root word, and what do you do there?
We add ed and the past form is pulled.
All right, when you take travel,
Travelled.
traveled, once again ed is added. Watch,
Watched.
yes, people are watching television here. So that is the verb. Root word is watch. The base form is watch. Now when you make it past tense, you have added ed. Also, when you take cook, there's a chef here, right? Cook has become
Cooked.
cooked. Verb, the root verb, the base form is cook. You have added ed to make it the past tense of the verb. It's cooked. So hope this is clear now. Regular verbs are clear. Add d or ed to the root verb. Let's go and see the irregular verbs. Look at the screen. I have given you pictures as well for your better understanding once again. So what does the first boy do there in that picture?
He's eating something.
Yes, he eats something. Yes, he is eating. So how does it go? Now, this is irregular verbs.
The first word is the stem verb. Second one is the past verb. And the third one is the past participle.
That is right. We have given you all three forms now. Present tense, eat. Past tense, ate. And the past participle is eaten. So you can see a difference between the root word and the past form as well. Those are irregular verbs. Build,
Built.
built. Fly,
Flew.
flew, flown. Fly, flew. Not flied, and that's wrong, right? What about the next picture?
Wake. Walk. Woken.
Wake, woke. Those are different words. Swim,
Swam. Swum.
swim, swam, swam. What about catch?
Catch. Caught. Caught.
You can see he is going to catch a butterfly, right? Do you like butterflies as well?
But
So
we should not catch them.
we should not, right? Loving animals is the best thing, right? Very important. So looking at the verb catch, caught. You don't add d or ed to these verbs. So they are called irregular verbs. All right, children. Hope you have understood verbs. That's the first part of the lesson. Now looking at adverbs. Why are we looking at adverbs here? Because adverbs, what do? Ms. Niranji?
They describe verbs.
They describe the verb. That's right. So when you take soon, today, as you can see, late,
Before. Now. Daily.
inside, away, outside, softly, happily, once, sometimes. This is a post actually I have taken on adverbs to make the lesson a bit colorful, right? So we can ask when, where, how often do you dance? How often do you do your exercises, Miss Niranji? Right? So these are the things that we can introduce with adverbs. Now let's go and see more explanation on adverbs. Miss Niranji.
Adverbs describe the action. Shall I read the examples?
Yes, examples, and this is given on your textbook, that is page 38.
Right.
The same explanation is given on your textbook. So, if you have the textbook, take it out as well, turn to page 38 and let's read together.
The first one, a lot of people have the habit of throwing polythene bags carelessly. Carelessly is the adverb and it is an adverb of manner.
Adverb of manner. Manner is the way of doing something. Manner is the way of doing something. So, a lot of people have the habit of throwing polythene bags. How do they do that? Carelessly, without any care, without thinking about the environment. That is the manner, that is the way of doing it. That is why we call it the adverb of manner. Let's look at the next one, Miss Niranji.
It's a pleasure to be here. Here is the adverb and it is an adverb of place.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here. Here is a place. So, that is adverb of place. Our topic today is polythene and environment. Well, when you take the word today, what does it indicate?
It indicates the time when you do it.
When you do that. So, it is a adverb of time. We usually eat rice and curry for dinner. Usually, the word usually is that talks about the frequency. How often you eat rice and curry for dinner? How often? That's why I asked Miss Niranji, how often do you do your exercises? Right? Regularly, Miss Niranji?
Yes, I do exercises regularly.
Every Sunday, right?
No, daily.
Daily. So, those are the adverbs of frequency. Children, again you have, I am extremely sorry for the delay. Extremely sorry. You can even say, I am sorry for the delay. But, before the word sorry, you have extremely. That shows the degree of how sorry you are. That shows the extent. That shows the extent how sorry you are. So, these are the adverbs types we have to learn today, right? So, let's go to the next one and see. Look at the graph. I have given you more adverbs for you to use in your language. Look at this, an adverb.
An adverb describes a verb, an adjective or another adverb. It tells us how, where, when, how much and with what frequency an adverb can tell.
Alright, now when you talk about how, the manner, how are you? Are you feeling well? Things like that. How did you run? These are the things we can use. How did you sing? Did you sing quietly?
No.
I sang loudly. So these are the things, this is the list of adverbs to use when you talk about manner. So can you please read them for our children, Miss Niranji?
Yes. Quietly, peacefully, carefully, slowly, badly, closely, easily, well, fast, quickly, cheerfully.
The children cheerfully, what did they do? Cheerfully.
Cheerfully played.
The children played cheerfully. The manner of playing, right? The verb is play. And then how did they do that? The manner, cheerfully.
I sang badly.
You sang badly? No, not at all. You sang very beautifully, I should say. Right? All right. Now we'll talk about the place. Adverbs of place. Where?
Above, abroad, far, away, back, here, outside, backwards, behind, below, down.
I kept the remote behind the monitor. I kept the remote behind the monitor. So where did I keep it? Keep is the verb. What is the adverb? The place where I kept behind the monitor. Right? So again, when you talk about time.
Now, yesterday, soon, later, tomorrow, yet, already, tonight, today, then, last year.
That's right. So Miss Niranji, I will visit you tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yes, so visit is the verb. Tomorrow, when do I visit you? Tomorrow. When is the adverb of time? Adverb of time. How much?
Quite, fairly, to, enormously, entirely, very, extremely, rather, almost, absolutely, just.
I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy. Right?
I'm extremely happy.
I'm extremely happy. The degree, how much you are happy. Right? How often do you exercise once again? Right. These are the adverbs we use then when you talk about how often. The frequency.
Always, sometimes, often, frequently, normally, generally, usually, occasionally, seldom, rarely, never.
Barking dogs seldom bite, they say. Right? All right. Now, adverb examples are given. Here you have more examples. Quickly. How does she run? She runs quickly and she shouts loudly. Slowly. He walks slowly. Please walk slowly. Quietly. Don't shout. Right? Talk quietly. Bravely. Gently. Carefully. Happily. They played happily. How did they play? These are adverbs of manner. They describe how you did it, how you do it. All right? So now you're going to practice. You're going to practice these adverbs. Adverbs practice. Instructions, you're going to find the adverbs now. Shall we quickly read these for them? And while reading, you're going to do the activity with us itself. Ms. Niranji?
Yes, you have to find the adverbs. Number 1, the fish swam slowly in the very warm water. Number 2, the orange car always works better than the yellow car. Number 3, today my sister went to school early in the morning. Next one, they often run outside now. They are playing here inside. They often run outside. Now they are playing here inside. Last one, we laughed so hard that our stomachs really hurt.
All right, so there are adverbs here. So what are we going to do? Find the adverbs. Have you found them? These are the adverbs we have found. Hope you have found these as well. So you have slowly and very. What is very? Very is adverb of degree, right? Always, frequency, better. How did they do it? They did it better. Early, came early. Adverbs of time. Often, now, here. Here is adverb of place. Inside, adverb of place. So is I'm so bored, I'm so hungry. Adverb of degree. How much you are hungry, right? Hard, really, I'm really hungry, right? Those are adverbs of degree. These are the adverbs we have found from that activity. Now you're going to make sentences also. What are the words we have given them?
Victoriously, angrily, bravely, carelessly.
Those are the four words we have given you. Now you're going to make sentences. Make some other sentences. Don't copy us. These are the sentences we have, right? What are the sentences, Ms. Niranji, we have for them?
The runner smiled victoriously after winning the award.
The runner smiled victoriously. With a very victorious smile he was. Victoriously. How did he smile? The verb is smile. Victoriously. You have ly at the end of the word, right? Note that as well. The shopkeeper shouted angrily at the thief. You are not supposed to
smile at them.
Smile at them. When you have thieves, yes, you have to shout angrily. So shouted is the verb, angrily, adverb. The army fought. How did they fight?
Bravely.
Bravely. The workers left the garbage on the road. How did they leave the garbage on the road?
Carelessly.
Carelessly, without any care, without giving any thought about it. Right. Then whom do you see here?
A runner.
Right. Who is this? A runner. Yes, this is a boy. And then what is he doing?
He's running.
He is running. Then how is he running?
He's running fast.
So you can call him, he is a fast runner. He is a fast runner. So fast is an adjective here. We are going to revise that also in this lesson because that is part 2. This is part 2. We have already done the first part, adjectives and nouns as well. Right. Then there is a pretty girl, and what does she do? What is she doing?
The pretty girl dances beautifully.
All right. She dances beautifully. What is the noun here, children?
The girl.
The girl. Adjective.
Pretty.
Then you have the verb.
Dances.
Then the adverb.
Beautifully.
How does she dance? She dances beautifully. And the adjective is pretty. All right. Now page number 15, that is on your textbook. This is the activity 3. Right? This is a reading activity. I have taken these from your reading activity. Shall we quickly read this for the children?
Adventurous outdoor team activity. Inflatable raft. This sport is challenging. If the necessary precautions are not followed, this has now become a popular sport. When engaging in rafting, the sportsmen should learn to dispose of waste properly.
So now the words in red, what are you going to do with them? Just tell me whether they are adverbs, adjectives, nouns or adverbs. Adventurous outdoor team activity, adventurous. Adjective there. Inflatable raft.
Adjective.
Adjective once again. This sport is challenging.
Adjective.
A challenging sport. Adjective. Precautions here is a noun. And you also can say necessary. Necessary is an adjective there. Right? That is not red in color. This has now become a popular sport. Become is a
Verb.
Verb there. Engaging.
Verb.
Once again a verb. Properly
Is an adverb.
Right. Then this is unit 4 activity 2.3, that's taken from page 37. If you can turn to your page now, find the adverbs used in the conversation. You have to do it alone, children. All right? Well, it seems that a lot of people have the habit of throwing polythene bags carelessly and haphazardly into the environment. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. That does not help much. Sadly, a lot of animals die after eating polythene as it is not digested. These are the adverbs found.
Carelessly, haphazardly, unfortunately and sadly.
Carelessly, haphazardly, unfortunately and sadly. Yes, very good. And we have to add ly to the adjective to form adverbs. This is something you know. Happy becomes happily. Suresh is a happy child is adjective. When you add ly, that becomes an adverb. Suresh lives happily. Likewise, sad becomes sadly. Adjective becomes the adverb. Fortunate, fortunately. Proud, proudly. Quiet, quietly. Right? Look at this. Add ly to the adjectives to form adverbs. But fast becomes fast and it does not change. He is a fast runner. He runs fast. Adjective and adverb is the same thing. Hard and hard. She is a hard worker. Adjective there, hard, works hard, once again, an adverb, and it has not changed. This is there on your textbook, children. Page number 38, activity 3. This you are going to do alone, on your own, right? Look at this properly. Jot down the page number as well. We are giving you the answers, but do it at home. And this as well, page 41. Jot down the page number, giving you the answers, but
they have to try them.
They have to try them out. Even this is taken from page 3. That's workbook activity. Write the page down and do it on your own. We'll give you the answers. So all right children, write these pages down and do it on your own. Hope the adjectives, nouns, verbs and adverbs are clear to you. And then today we are going to wind up the lesson. Thank you Ms. Niranji, and stay safe children. And they can always follow their YouTube channel, and that is channel NIE. Ms. Niranji?
Yes. We hope that you had a clear idea about word classes children. So until we meet again, stay safe and goodbye.
Goodbye.